Good evening, Axial scale builders around the world. It's your boy Josh, aka Coleman, and you are now watching ScaleWars, Axial's official Battle of the Builders. Good evening, everybody, or good night, most likely for most of you at this point. About to dive back into some more ScaleWars, but before we do that, I just want to remind everybody we do have t-shirts available. So if you want to get ScaleWars t-shirt, hoodie, mug, or an ESP hoodie, mug, t-shirt, something like that, you can do so. Go to extremescaleperformance.com, slide over the shop tab, and pick yourself up some gear, man. Support the cause. And then if you want to submit your build and get it here on the show where I will judge it, I will go over it, and the audience will judge it and go over it, and you will get a score, and your name will go down in the score board. Just go ahead and also, while you're over there at www.extremescaleperformance.com, after getting your t-shirt, slide on over to the ScaleWars tab and get it done, man. As long as you meet the criteria, your build could possibly end up here on the show, and everyone will see it, which is pretty cool. So you can show off your parts, show off your build quality, show off your skills, or you can just throw it on there and maybe it's not even that good. You just want some feedback. You want some tips, some tricks, some advice, all that good stuff. The community is a big place, man. You might as well get involved. So, all right, that being said, let's head on over to the battleground and get started. All right, everybody, welcome back to the battleground. Let's get into some judging here. I want to see what we're working with today. First up, we have what looks like a Chevy to me, kind of like a Chevy Truggy here. I'm going to let you guys check this out for a little bit while I go ahead and read through the info, and obviously, to be clear, we're talking about this pink one, not the red one in the background. All right, that being said, get that on there. I'm going to go ahead and read some info here. Who is this from? All right, so this one is submitted to us today from a gentleman named Skip Kono, and he says long O's, so Kono is what I'm assuming. He is from Midwest City, Oklahoma, here in the United States of America. He is 47 years of age, and he started watching, well, at least he subscribed to ESP back in 2015. He says he started building RCs also in 2015. Awesome. Curious if I had influence on that. So, this particular project, this truck we're looking at right here, he calls this one the Honchorado. So, that makes sense. Silverado, Honchorado. I dig it. Alright, so detailed parts list goes a little something like this. STRC aluminum hub carriers, STRC aluminum knuckles, team associated XP12 LED light kit, 4.5 inch cob overhead lights. He put 3S, so I'm assuming they're on 3S. Vanquish front bumper, CMS mount, Yeah Racing wireless remote winch controller, Hot Racing chrome winch hook, 3 Racing crawler winch, gearhead 24 inch pink tow rope with hooks, gearhead Delrin studded sand ladders, Trackstar aluminum shock absorbers. The set is 85mm front and rear. Handmade lift kit, pink custom made suspension links, and steering link made from all thread and brake line and Revo rod ends. Handmade a trailer hitch, and what else has got here? Axial black 1.9 bead locks with stock rip saws and foams. The accessories on the back include a toolbox, stack of wood, shovel. He says he's got a Turnigy TGY 5521 MDHV HVDSMG servo, 24 kilograms at 0.11 seconds, and it's 60 grams. And then all other electronics are original to the Trail Honcho AE2 and 27 turn motor. All gears are still stock in transmission and axles. Now this build classification is a trail truck, And let's see, I gotta scroll down here. As far as who he would like to, oh no, I skipped a spot here. He says on a scale of 1 to 10, he rates this one a 5. So right smack dab in the middle. Now as far as who he'd like to give a shout out to, he says shout out to my wife and co-driver Brenda, Axial for building a great RTR to get us started, the aftermarket companies for bringing us the quality parts we require, channels like ESP for continued promotion of the hobby. Yes, I know, sorry about the body pins, he says. A truck started as my wife's truck, now seems that I drive it more. Thanks to God for everything, he says. So, that is all we've got here from Skip. So, that being said, let's go ahead and dig into this build here. Let's see what we're working with. First impression. I gotta say, not bad. First impression, not bad. Lexan bodied. It's proportionate. I noticed there's a lot of detail here. He's got a lot of accessories. I like what he did with the side of the honcho bed, with the adding the whatchamadiggit here, the paneling there. I like that. But what else we got here? It's stickers. This is the thing I don't like about Lexan. As you can see, obviously door handles are stickers. Not a lot of detail when it comes to the body, but it does look like he painted in the lines on the doors when he did the paint job, which I can appreciate that. He painted in the detail. Very nicely done, sir. He also painted in the trim on the windows. Also very nicely done. Added mirrors. I can dig that. I also see the fender action here. I'm not sure if that came with it or is an aftermarket thing or what, but I dig it. I see that. Also looks like some aftermarket rock sliders here, which of course I have it probably in the parts list, but don't remember reading it. So yeah, I like it, man. He stuck with the Axial wheels and tires, kept the actual scale hubs on there. They come with them, which is pretty cool. What else we got here? I see your homemade hitch there, lights in there. Altogether, it looks pretty good. First impression, not too bad. Not a big fan of what you got going on here with the light bar thing, though, just because obviously that's not a realistic looking light bar setup or scenario. So I will have to say that. But other than that, man, this is looking like a pretty good start. Even looking in the window here, you can see some scale dash activity going on. A little driver there. So yeah, let's go through some more pictures here. Here's an underside shot. How are we looking? Wires visible anywhere? I see some back in here, but they are all blacked out, which is nice touch. That shows he's been paying attention for sure. I like it, not bad, because you see, that's why I tell people to black out their wires. You would not see those wires unless you were really looking for them. You know, first glance, you hardly even see anything down there. So I like that. Aftermarket links there, looking pretty good. Looks like aftermarket front drive shaft, but not rear, which I'm assuming he's probably just replacing things as he breaks them. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe a scale dampener there, it looks like. I see his lift kit in there. Yeah, not too bad, bro. Not too bad. Stock uppers in the front, which is something I do commonly as well, because really the stock front uppers take the least abuse out of everything. So not bad, man. Not too bad. Looking pretty good. I like that you've got everything covered. Oh, I see the switch there. That's a nice touch. I like that. Alright, let's keep it moving. So far, so good, man. You're looking pretty good here. Lots of little things that I've not really noticed too much the first time I glanced at some of this. You're looking a little crooked here. Body is sitting a little off-centered. Looks like it's sitting a little driver there. Other than that, not too bad. Good use of the stock front honcho bumper. I like that you trimmed it for the winch hook to go through there. Lost a mirror. Shout out to Crawling for a Cure. Boom. This guy's always doing good things. Body pins. No. Hate me some body pins. Not a fan. Not a fan of the body pins. Good thing is this way up front right there, so I mean, you could almost blend it in or hide it somehow if you were to vent that up maybe. I'm not sure, but yeah, body pins. You know, maybe even, I don't know, trying to make like windshield wipers out of them maybe. I don't know. Just thought. Kind of see some interior, a little blurry, a little dark, can't see a whole lot. It does look like full interior though. I do see legs on your drivers, that's a good sign. I do see some gauge work there, do see some center console action, do see a rifle. They're packing heat. These girls obviously aren't playing. And looking good. A little flexy flex. Not too shabby, man. Not too shabby. I'm trying to find some more things here we could talk about on it, but I mean, you're looking pretty good. It's not too bad, you know. Obviously the same thing I say for pretty much every build out there. Get some scale disc brakes on there somehow, man. It just brings it to life. Also, because it's a honcho, I don't know, maybe this probably isn't necessary. Yeah, I'm sure it's doing just fine with its performance, but throwing like a nice realistic looking sway bar kit back there would be a nice touch. I think it just brings some extra, I don't know, it brings that extra bit of cool mechanical skill, just eye candy to the picture. And then it does help out a little bit too if you're running more weight like I do, but like I said, not for everybody. Another shot there, a little flex in the rear, not too shabby. Yeah, let's keep it going. Some scale accessories. See the dash there. You can also see the, there's some pink sunglasses you got going on. Yeah, it's not too bad. I like the netting that you made in the back. It looks like homemade accessory net. That's pretty slick. And there we go, the back shots. Basically bone stock looking axle. Nice little tow hitch setup you got going there. I also see your lights there, all embedded in your custom fenders or panels in the back. Pretty slick. Not too bad at all. Yeah, nice little poser shot. Doing a little flex. Smashing some tire. Looking good. And there he is. There's Skip. Skip, thank you very much for entering your build. I do appreciate that. Oh, and some more stuff in the background. And in case you guys don't recognize Skip, this gentleman, I believe, has entered before. I'm not really sure. Maybe he hasn't actually. Maybe he hasn't entered before. I'd have to go back and check my list, man. It's getting pretty long now. But Skip is quite the builder here, man. Look at all the trucks he's got going on behind him. His scale garage, everything. He definitely goes all in on this stuff. And for being a lexan truck that originally was for his wife, it sounds like. I gotta say, not too shabby, brother. Not too shabby at all. There you can see the little lift kit tabs he did there a little bit better. Really not too shabby at all, bro. It's a good looking rig. I'd like to see these ones back here. What is that? It looks like a Cherokee you got going on back there. Go ahead and get the rest of your stuff entered in, man, as long as it's Axial. I see one isn't, but that's okay, man. That's okay. Get those Axials entered in so I can take a peek at them. Appreciate you, you know, I appreciate you entering your builds and letting me kind of pick through them, man. All right, that being said, you guys, go ahead, give them some feedback down in the comments. Go ahead and head over to www.extremescaleperformance.com, slide over to the ScaleWars tab, and scroll down. You can go ahead and check out what he got for a score there. Matter of fact, you can see all the scores there for every episode. You can also enter your builds there. So go ahead, jump on over there, get that done, and we're going to go ahead and slide on over to the next entry. Alright, you guys, our second entry today is this Jeep here, submitted to us by a gentleman named Travis Merricks. And I believe I'm saying that right. He has it Mer as an MERR space IX is in his enunciation. So I'm Merricks, I'm assuming. He is from Ripplemead, am I saying that right? Yeah, Ripplemead, Virginia, here in the United States. He is 31 years of age, and looks like he's been subscribed to ESP for 4 years. He says, I think it's been a long time. Yeah, that's awesome, bro. You're an OG. I appreciate that. That's awesome. So, looks like he started building RCs back in 2014, but watched YouTube and everything RC I could find before I got my first one. So he caught the bug before he even picked up a truck, which is pretty nice. And then this project we're looking at right here, he says it's an SCX-10, started as a deadbolt and transformed from there. Don't really have a name for it. He just calls it the Jeep. So not uncommon. Detailed parts and paint list goes a little something like this. Holmes Hobbies 13-turn Expert 540 brushed with the original AE5 ESC, brand new Aunt6 Voodoo KLRs on Incision wheels, Vanquish VVDs, Incision chromoly lockers. Forget the name of the metal hubs, he says, but they're metal hubs and C hubs. He says Savix 1230 SG servo, STRC rear lockouts, STRC stainless rear shafts, axial metal trans gears, sorry, RC four-wheel drive rear steel bumper, RC four-wheel drive front steel bumper, RC four-wheel drive steel fenders, boom racing piggyback shocks, running full droop, factory wild bore shafts, factory sliders, custom cut, and he says the paint was done by me along with the drop bed and custom built cooler and gas can. The rest are all Proline and SBC 3D items. And then he follows that up saying, I know the interior is stickers and not that great, but this is just my trail rig and local comp rig. The Tundra you see in the background is background of the one pick is my Scale full styrene interior truck, full lighting and lots of custom stuff built just for that truck. He says it just doesn't meet the criteria for ScaleWars. So hopefully we will see you do a full custom build that does meet the criteria for ScaleWars. That's what I'm hoping, because something tells me that you are fully capable, sir. So this build classification is obviously a trail truck, and on a scale of 1 to 10, he's rating this one a 5. So another 5er right smack dab in the middle. As far as who we'd like to give a shout out to, he says family, friends, oh, well, nope, reading the wrong part there. He says, my wife for putting up with my hobby, and to tell everyone watching, whatever you can dream up is possible with this hobby, from a factory RTR all the way to a full scratch built replica of a vehicle. You don't know what you can do till you try. You know what, man? Amen. I cannot agree more. A lot of folks have a lot of hesitation when they first get into this, and even after being in it for a while, they still have hesitation on taking things to that next level, to the point where some folks get offended if you suggest that they do take things to the next level. So you know what, you guys, you are not going to do wrong to listen to Travis on this one. You definitely don't know what you can do until you try. So never hold yourself back. Yeah, that's for sure. That being said, let's dive into this build. Let's see what we're working with here. I gotta say, first impressions. I'm digging the stance. That's the first thing that comes to mind. I like the stance. It just looks proper. I like how it sits. I like the height of the body. I like the gap in the tire and the wells. It's just a nice proper stance. Second thing that comes to mind, I love the fenders. I wish the rest of the body was as dope as the fenders, because I just feel like you're leaving a lot on the table. I feel like if you wanted to, you could make this thing seriously dope. Even with this body, you could make this seriously dope. Right now, as it sits, I feel it's kind of unfinished. You know, I feel like you made it perform good, and then just sort of have the rest so that you could get through the comp scene, which I understand. I'm guilty of myself from back in the day. But oh man, I feel like there's a lot of potential here. I love what you did with the cage. That little mod is pretty cool. It is common, and I like it. I think it's a cool mod to do. I like how you hid your body pins with the jack, even though the jack is all busted up. I still like that you took the time to hide the body pins that way. Would be pretty cool if you did that with the RC four-wheel drive metal jack and got that on there. That would be pretty slick. What else? Paint job's kind of cool, actually. I'm not going to lie. The purple, green, and gray, not a bad look. It's a little weird, combination with the silver fenders, but not a bad look. I would say, though, a fresh paint job on this, like an all black or a matte black or something like that with those fenders, would look pretty sick. Again, with the brake disc, everybody could benefit from some brake discs. But, I just like it, man. I love the Voodoos. Those KLRs are just awesome tires. Let's keep it going. Let's see what we got here. Top shot. Drop down on it. Looks good. I like your sand ladders. Again, with the hiding of the body pins. As much as I hate body pins, I still gotta say you get credit for doing making an attempt to hide them with the scale feature. It's a nice move. I like the drop bed. Definitely props on that. yeah, man, it looks like you made your own panel for the top too here, maybe. Nice touch. I like the holder for the tools. That is also sick. Yeah, I dig it, man. I dig it. It's a good looking rig. Not bad. A little lacking in detail in the rear. I would have liked to see some more detail back here somewhere. You know, maybe cut these out and drop some real lights in there. Would have been awesome. Hang some D-rings off of these little holders here. These little mounting brackets, whatever they're called. Definitely put some D-rings on there. You can get them off a few different websites. I don't want to plug anybody on here, but you definitely get them off a few different places. Well, look, you got one hanging right there. You got a couple of them right there. You just need to get a couple of more of those and put them on there. It would look sweet. I don't know what's up with the green. Oh, those are holding your sand ladders on. Okay, I see what's going on there. I see weight added back here. I have done that myself. I am so guilty of that, but it's hideous. I can't lie. Stuffing the weights in like that is just a ugly thing. But you know what's funny is if you watch my last Homes Hobbies video, you can see the weights stuffed in the front bumper on the Jeep. So I am super guilty of doing stuff like this myself, just for weight tuning purposes. I would say though, go ahead and just get some beef tubes in there, and maybe some beef patties on those back hubs, and you won't need to do that anymore for sure. Plus it'll look better. Looking good here. The back of this, definitely proper, man. I dig this. It's reminiscent to the old, it's actually nothing like it, but for some reason it makes me think of the old GCM black four-door Jeep from way back in the day. Not a lot of you guys were on YouTube back then, but GCM Racing, those guys have been around. It might be GCM Racing, I don't know, but those guys have been around pretty much as long as I've been around. They've been doing this for a long time, since like 2007 or something like that too. So I've seen their old videos, and they have one where they do a pretty cool thing in the back, a little maneuver to get the spare tire right here, which is kind of cool. So anyways, I dig it. I like the drop bed. I think that's really cool. I like that you kept it all open too and roomy. You didn't just pack it full of everything. You just put in there what you would typically see, you know. It's just some of the scale items you normally see. Not bad. This is a good shot. Shows his Tundra over there too. It's a cool rig. I like the wheel and tire combo. But we're talking about this bad boy, and I'd really like to see the green things there get used a little bit better. I'm not a big fan of them going all the way around like that, but you know, there's not a lot to go over. There's no steering wheel on the inside. There's just stickers in there. The interior, you know, you warned me. He gave me a heads up on there. He said, obviously, that the interior is just stickers and stuff. But he says he mainly uses it for comp rig. But that's no excuse. You can still comp a full interior rig. And I would like to see you doing so with this thing, man. Chop that interior out of there. Keep the dash in the center console. Put some real seats in there. Build a floor pan. Build a firewall. And, you know how to do it. You did that drop bed right there. It doesn't have to be full interior. It's a comp rig, so comp it out, you know. Do some race seats and some race pods, gauges, something like that. No back seats, you know. Do all of your support gear back here or whatever. I mean, you know, throw a radiator back here. Make it like an Ultra 4 rig or something. I don't know. Just, there's a lot you could do, and I've got faith in you, brother. Like you said, you don't know what you can do until you try it. Alright, so another thing, I touched on this earlier, but I want to say it again. I really like the low stance you got going on. I like how you got that body nice and low on there. Guarantee that's helping with your performance. Underneath there, we can see some goods. I see Hot Racing links all around. See some Boom Racing Type G shocks. Looking proper, man. Still running them wild bores because I gotta say, best stock drive shafts ever made. Axial wild bores. Got some aluminum stuff up there going on. Yeah, not bad. I see some more aluminum stuff in the back here, like some, I don't know what that is. Some sort of cross member there, but definitely wicked looking. Yeah, not too shabby, man. Not too shabby. Just blank, you know, up there. There's just not a lot. You know, maybe get the stuff from the SEX 10.2 or some sort of inner fender wheel well stuff. Kind of hide all that, you know. Just obviously looks like just an empty inside of a lexan body there. But there you can really see how low that is. I mean, look how low that body is on there. I really like that. Awesome. Got the D-rings on the front, wrapped up, ready to do some recovery. I like that bumper is proper. just good aggressive look on it. Definitely looks like it's ready to go tear up some comps. Again, with the interior, obviously going to lose some points on interior, but that's all right. I think this is his favorite shot that he submitted, but unfortunately it's super small, so we're not going to get a good peek at that. But what else we got? There he is. There's Travis. Travis, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you submitting this bad boy. I think it's a good rig. I think it's great. I think I can almost guarantee just by looking at it, it performs amazing in comps. You've probably been doing work, but I would so love to see the same rig just built to the hilt, man. I'd love to see the interior just ripped out and completely built up into something that looks like a comp vehicle on the inside, and like you would see in a real life comp vehicle. Some window netting, some, you know, fire suppression system, some gauges, and, you know, all the good cool stuff that you see in there. Anyways, that being said, you did pretty good, man. It's not bad at all. I think you got a pretty good score. And yeah, you guys know what to do. Jump in the comments. What do you think of his build? I mean, how are you feeling about this? Are you liking it? You like that paint scheme? What else could he, you know, what would you like to see done? Do you think he should scrap this body and start over and get something more scale, maybe switch it up to a hard body? Or should he stick with this body, chop into it, and see how far he can take the Lexan build? I mean, I don't know. Personally, I kind of want, as much as I love hard bodies, I'd like to see him chop into this and just keep it alive, take it to that next level, you know. There's a certain sort of passion and love that goes into a build that just keeps getting, you know, new renditions. So anyways, all right, you guys, thank you very much, Travis. I appreciate it, brother. Definitely go check out his score over on the website, extremescaleperformance.com. Slide on over to ScaleWars tab, get your builds entered, and while you're at it, hit the shop, grab yourself a t-shirt, support the cause. Let's check out our last build. Alright, you guys, this is our third and final build for the day. This is obviously a pretty good looking Toyota here. We'll get into it. The picture's a little blurry, a little muddy, but that's alright. This one's submitted to us by a young man named Mason DUNIEVITS. That's what I'm gonna go with DUNIEVITS. DUNIEVITZ. So DUNIEVITZ. Mason DUNIEVITS. And Mason is he's from Rockland, California, West Coast, right here in the USA. He is 13 years of age, youngster, just like earlier today. I appreciate the youngsters getting involved with this. Really means a lot to me. He has been subscribed to ESP for about 3 months now, so he's fresh to the subscriber squad here. I appreciate you subscribing, Mason. Really does mean a lot as well. He said he started building RCs back in 2013, so he's no amateur. He's been doing this for a little bit now. And this project we're looking at here, he calls this one Project This Won't Look the Same After Axial Fest. So my assumption is by now this truck no longer looks like this. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, the dog. Sorry for the dog barking outside, guys. It's nothing I can do about it. Now, this build right here, the project parts list goes something like this. Aftermarket, he says, 10-inch king shocks, metal hot racing transmission casing, RC 4-wheel drive Baja design lights, Proline 1.9 Super Swamper XL tires, RC 4-wheel drive pre-runner style bumper, Proline 1.9 wheels. He says he forgot the name of them. Maybe if you guys know, you can mention it in the comment section down below. Proline Toyota SR5 body, blue and black Tamiya paint, dinky RC interior. The scale items are as follows: SBC first aid kit, battery, 2 gas cans, and ice chest. Proline ice chest. Fire extinguisher, high lift jack, and tow rope box, RC 4-wheel drive roll bar, and then the stock parts are SCX 10.2, chassis, axles, motor, links, servo, all drivetrain and transmission internals, all bone stock there. Now the build classification obviously is a trail truck, and on a scale of 1 to 10, he's rating this a 6, so not too bad. A little more than you know, in the middle there. I'd say maybe deserves a little more than a 6, but we'll see. Now, as far as who he would like to give a shout out to, he says he'd like to give a shout out to his whole family for buying him this car for his birthday because he can't get a job yet. Respect, man, respect. I appreciate you I appreciate you giving props to your parents on that, man, and owning the fact that they bought it for you. A lot of kids get embarrassed to say there's nothing wrong with that, man. Your parents like to help their kids when they can, so you know, as long as you deserve it. If your parents don't like to help you, you might want to check your attitudes. Now, let's see here. He says, my dad for painting the body and helping me on a bunch of things when I got stuck. And shout out to Matthew Laybourne, Gabe and Donnie Fleming, 2 Chain Scalers, and ELLIOTT, who is one of the 2 members of 2 Chain Scalers. So, awesome, man. Shout out to all you guys. Mason, we're about to dig into this and see what you're working with here, buddy. So far, I gotta say, I'm kind of impressed. It seems like you're 13. Whether your parents bought it for you or not, it still takes some creativity. Still takes a good eye for just building a vehicle in general, whether it's RC or real life, to be able to put something together that's appeasing to the eye, or pleasing to the eye, I should say. So let's go ahead and talk about this. First impression. What do you guys think? What's your first impression? I gotta say, my first impression is, wow, man, I see a lot of details. Second thing I am thinking is you were trying to hide your body pins from me, because I can see these little posts sticking through on, there's only one sticking through, the other one isn't, which means that you probably pulled the pins off, and maybe they're being held on with some sort of magnets or something, but judging by looking in the front, it looks like it's crooked right here too, so probably pulled them off and then flexed it out, and this back tire just lifted the body up off the post, is what I'm guessing. Either way, it still looks pretty good, man. I see lots of little details. The seat belts, I see the first aid kit, I see the recovery gear, I see the trail gear, extra fuel. I like the sticker placement and size of the stickers, and choice for stickers, all realistic for the most part. I like that. It looks good. I like that you didn't just slap a big light bar on the hood. I like that you used little light pods up front instead, kind of like KC Light style. It's more era specific. The roll bar, good choice. Very good choice. I just like it, man. It looks good. It's got a cool look to it. I'm not even a Toyota guy, but I think this is pretty slick. Here's a back shot, and I gotta say, first thing that jumps to my mind is, sweet, he's got mud flaps. Attaboy. I like seeing mud flaps, especially on a pickup truck like this where you would commonly see them. The back of this thing is loaded down. I dig it. You put a scale RC truck in there. Proper, dude. That's proper. I like it. Man, you guys take notes. Young man is doing good. Check out the homemade antenna back here as well. Awesome. Repping for CKRC and 2 Chain Scalers. So, dude, you're doing proper here. This thing is really, really good. The accessories mounted on the spare tire. The spare tire mounted out the back of the bed like that. I mean, I'm impressed with this one. I'm very impressed with this one. Double reflection of you in your cell phone right there and right there. Again, I can see where you had the body pins coming through. It scratched your hood a little bit, but you pulled them out, most likely for the pictures. I like this bumper. Bumper is awesome on there, and as you can see, lined up nicely. You did a good job of lining everything up there. It's not all crooked. The bed's looking good. It's looking good, man. It's looking good. Good choice on the paint, too. I like that color. Interior. Now it's two-dimensional, so to speak. It doesn't have a floorboard or anything like that. Half interior, 3/4 interior, whatever you want to call it. I would like to see, you know, there shouldn't be a battery just sitting right here. That's a little awkward. Same with the first aid kit. I would like to see the first aid kit mounted somewhere where it would be in real life, maybe behind the seat or between the seats, or up, maybe up on the roof or on the B-pillar, something like that. Battery, not sure it's why it's sitting in there. That would be better served somewhere else, maybe in the bed, or I know you want to have it seen, but you know, they typically go under the hood. So, one more reason to chop your hood, make your hood open, and maybe hit up Night Customs. Night Customs makes a whole under hood setup for this body, which is pretty slick. I've seen it on Shapeways. I like it. Your homemade harnesses here, I like that as well. Definitely cool looking. I like that for sure. you just did good, man. You did a good job. You know, you're working with what you got. You're young. You're using a little bit of parents' money to get it done. I'm sure that's not an endless supply of money, so you got to pick and choose on what you go for, where you put that money. So it's good practice. And I think you did a good job, man. You put the money in good places, and you pulled off a nice looking truck here. Really not a lot of hate from me at all, bro. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this one. Underneath here, and fix that. Underneath here, I gotta say, pretty factory looking. I like that you kept these plates here. I mean, Axial killed it by adding these this time with the SCX-10 too. Those are so useful. The wiring I can see in there a little bit, all bunched up. Ducked you a little bit on that. I can also see wires coming through right here going to the front lights. No accessory action going on underneath, but then again, the SCX-10-2 is pretty tough. You really don't need to do much. Got your shocks on there. Factory RTR links. I can see Deans or something sticking out there. The battery plug sticking out there. Not Deans, sorry. I can see the battery plug sticking out there. So there's definitely room for improvement underneath, but all in all, not bad. I like that everything's blacked out. Most things are covered. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Definitely could benefit though from getting some realistic looking stuff under there, such as obviously disc brakes. Everybody knows I love my disc brakes. Maybe, I don't know, just a few things maybe. Swap out the links, get some better links, or just do, I saw a little mod where you can hide the thread on these links just by adding some longer rod ends or something to it there. I don't remember. I think it was Alec Vanderbrink that did the mod on that. I like the lights in the front, looking good. Would like to see the real lights actually turned into, or the headlights here actually be real lights as well. Looks good, man. Looks good. Not too shabby. There it is out there doing work. A little action shot. You can see it getting its mob on. Side shot, low profile. Looks good. I love the proportions on it. Tires are a little on the big side, but not necessarily for this body. The body's meant for some pretty big tires. It just, you did good, man. I'm trying to find some things to beat you up on a little bit here, but there's not a lot. I would like to see, you know, some more exterior detail. Some mirrors would have been really nice. Maybe some windshield wipers would have been nice. What else, you know? I don't really know. I think I'm just kind of nitpicking. You did pretty good, man. And your score will definitely reflect that. So, good job. Good job. You guys, let Mason know what you think, because it's Mason right here. Young man, I've met him, I got to say, at least once or twice now. I know I met him at Axial Fest. I feel like I met him a couple of times, though. I'm impressed, Mason. I'm impressed. There's really, I just can't beat around the bush. I'm impressed. I'd like to see a matching spare tire. That's something you could do. I see that your spare is still the factory tire there. Maybe get a matching spare on there. But yeah, I'm impressed, man. Good job. My hat's off to you. I'm glad to have you in the hobby. I'd love to see more young men and women your age, boys and girls, whatever you want to call it. I consider you guys young men and women at your age. I would like to see more of you youngsters getting in on this and having fun, showing off your skills. I mean, clearly you guys are talented. You know, you don't have to be an old fart like me to get into this and show off some skills, man. You guys are killing it at a young age now, and with a little bit of parent support. Some of you guys are doing it without parent support, which is amazing to me. So just props to you, man. Props to you. You guys jump into the comments here. Let Mason know what you think. You know, just give him some feedback on his truck. I'm sure he could use it for his next build. And definitely head over to the website, www.extremescaleperformance.com. Check out his score, see what he got. Jump into the shop department there on the website. Pick yourself up t-shirt, hoodie, coffee mug if you're like me. I love my coffee. And yeah, just rep for the squad, man. ESP ain't going nowhere. We've been here for 10 years now. This month it's been 10 years actually, just celebrating 10-year anniversary. So very excited to be doing this with you guys. Big shout out to Axial for just making this whole thing happen. And you guys keep submitting those builds. I'm loving it, man. We've got a whole bunch of them stacked up, and I would like to see them keep coming. Get the variety out there. You guys got bombers, you got Yeti scores, you got some Axial exos. I have not seen any exos yet. Get them submitted. I want to see them. I want to see what you do with them. They don't have to be the most realistic thing in the world. The goal is just to give you guys the spotlight, give you guys the opportunity to show off your rigs and let other people check them out. It's very inspiring. You don't have to be a top-notch builder to inspire somebody, man. You could be brand new into it, come up with an idea, a paint color, a scheme, a tire wheel combo, who knows. You might come up with the littlest thing that could inspire some of the top builders out there. So don't be scared to jump in on this and have some fun. That being said, shout out to you, Mason. I really appreciate it, man. You're a winner. That being said, I'm out of here, you guys. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Hope you enjoyed your double episode. Sorry it took so long to get them out, but I think we're back on track. I'll see you guys here soon. You know what it is. Peace, chick grease fam. Yeah.